So you want to register your brand as a trademark, not a company name or a business name or a domain name. We're talking about a trademark on the Trademarks Register. What is the extent of your protection? Trademarks are geographically based. So if you register a trademark in Australia, you get an Australian-based protection. If you register it in the UK, for example, you get protection in the UK. So geographically, your trademark is based where you have registered it. So you have to file a trademark application at that trademark office, which is a government department. Trademarks registers run by the government department. Now, there are some groups of countries that you can get registration for. For example, the European Union. You could get a trademark, you file an application for a European Union application, and it covers you for all of the European Union countries. What happens, you file the one application, and then each country in that union examines the trademark to see if they are prepared to let you have it as a registered trademark. And if one of them object, then you have to deal with that objection with a local attorney. So if it's in Spain, you have to have a Spanish attorney, and they will deal with that objection. So what happens to UK? Because currently, as I do this video, they're part of the European Union, but there's going to be Brexit, maybe. What happens to those? Well, once the UK splits from the European Union, if you had a prior European Union trademark, you'll get registration, one for the UK and one for the new European Union. They're going to split it so you have two trademarks. In the future, if you want a European trademark, you would file for the European Union and then the UK separately. So trademark registration is not worldwide. And once you've filed your application in virtually every country in the world, you can then extend it to most other countries. It's called a Madrid Protocol. Yes, it's called a Madrid Protocol. It's basically where all these countries got together and decided if somebody's got a trademark in Australia, they can then extend it. They can use this international process and extend it to the US, the UK, where most countries, New Zealand, as long as they belong to this Madrid Protocol. And if they don't belong to the Madrid Protocol, you have to file a new application directly into whatever that country is. So the benefit of extending your trademark using the Madrid Protocol is that you can do it from your home country and through the World Intellectual Property Office, WIPO. And that means you don't need to have an attorney or representation in each of the various countries that you're interested in. The proviso is if, for example, your extension to the USA raises an objection from the USPTO, it's called US Patent and Trademark Office, then to handle that, you do have to instruct an attorney in the US. Unless you're in the US, then you can handle the objection yourself. So if you're in Australia filing into the US, you need a US attorney. If you're in the US filing into Australia and there's an objection, you need an Australian attorney. But if the application goes smoothly and there are no objections, then you don't need to have attorneys in all of those countries. The other benefit of having a Madrid application where you've extended it to various countries is that if you need to amend your trademark in any way, like change the name of the owner, assign to a new owner, or change the owner's address, you can do it at the World Intellectual Property Office, which would then let all the other trademark offices know, rather than each having to let Australia know, New Zealand know, USA, UK, and so you can see that that can save you money. But the most important takeaway is that when you get trademark protection, it's for the country in which you filed your trademark. It doesn't extend beyond those borders. What if somebody has a trademark in another country? So you're here in Australia and somebody in the US has a name and you kind of like that name and you want to use the same name. Well, that situation is a little bit different. My name is Catherine Warburton and I am the Legal Lioness.